live, y'all. We're going live. Peace. We live. Oh, it always starts like that. Islam to YouTube. Just trying to do the. Here we go. Get this going on here. Islam, Islam, Islam. You are live. Islam, 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 Islam. Praise Allah. Islam, Islam, Islam. We are here. We are here. We are here. And what a great day to be here. Let's tilt this down and hope I don't cause something bad. All right, anyway, Islam, y'all. Yay, we made it back for another one. Peace and love, peace and love. Today is day 21 of the 7 days of elevation, Islam. And yeah, feeling a little hyped right now, because the sun is currently transiting through its home sign of Leo. Yay, hooray for the sun, right? I'm not gonna keep y'all too long because I'm busy. I'm guessing y'all busy too because Moors are active, right? So I am Sister Tahidas Najiola L. Please call me Zara Bay. I am the managing editor of Califa Media because apparently nobody knew who I was. Like, so what? Why do we care who you are? All right, you can find all my information at linktree/Califa Media. And please absolve me if I'm talking a little quickly because, like I said, I got stuff to do. And I'm guessing so do you, Islam. But I wanted to come on here because this is one of my missions for the 77 days of elevation, to make sure I make it back on here at least at some point during every transit of the moon, to like tune in and to share my findings and hopefully encourage the other Moors to tune in and share their findings so we can become better navigators, right? Because this is the best instrument we've been given. So let's make use of it, right? For Islam. Please be sure to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Share it to all the people that you know. Get them to join in because it's a great day, y'all. If you haven't heard the news yet, announcements. Like I said, today is day 21 of the 77 days of elevation. Again, gratitude to all those who encourage and all those who let me know that they too are participating. For instance, I posted patterns that I'm trying to work my way up to the courage, not the skill, working up the courage to actually starting these crafts and getting a little discouraged. And of course, here comes Allah, right? And a sister, she DMs me saying, "You making me want to break out my sewing machine." Like, oh yeah, you making me think we need to start a sewing circle for the Moorish sisters, Moorish whoever, right? Because we need to start, closing ranks. Turning in on ourselves, so to speak. So, other announcements: 7 connections, Moorish matchmaking. That it can be found on 7, the number, not the written word. 7 connections on Instagram. All right, and they are looking for Moors who are looking for Moors. Islam. The news I wanted to get to: Rise of the Moors update. Jamal is home. Islam. Yay! I wish I had a horn to blow or something. This is dope, right? So I'm not sure what happened. We're still this news just broke, right? So I can't go into details because I don't have any. So I won't go into details I don't have. But yeah, Jamal is home. Posting pictures with him and his little sweetie, the baby. And might be never mind. I'll leave that one alone. Yeah. It's interesting because the last we heard of it was that, yes, he had been granted bail. The Moors gathered up the ransom. Jaleesa, his wife, went and paid the ransom. And next thing you know, here comes the state of Rhode Island talking about, we want to bite at this apple too. So it was looking like he was going to be held until he was actually going to court. But he's out, So praise Allah for that. Islam. And I find that interesting that this happened on the heels of the Pope's visit in Canaan land, with the fraud the fraud indigenous people. I call them the sellouts, right? The ones that were selling they were writing treaties for land they did not have the right to be writing treaties for. And they knew it. I'm of the opinion that you knew it, all right? Because you knew you weren't the original people of that place. But anyway, so they gave the Pope a bunch of feathers they found on the ground or whatever, plucked off some turkey, no turban. You can keep that stuff that the the tent dwellers had. The castle dwellers will not be honoring you in such a manner. We're gonna be sitting back, sipping tea, waiting for our brother and his sister to catch up, and then it's on, and it's over. And there's no need for visits. Just pack and leave. That's all I ask, right? Because I want my stuff back. If you have any announcements, please, you can DM them. You can comment on DM them to me at Califa Media's IG. You can leave them as a comment in the on YouTube. And the comments are being held right now because the porn bots are out of control. But if you leave an actual real comment, I will post it for you. But yeah, they're just being held. It's not like you can't comment at all. So Islam, yeah, let's study more Islam. I appreciate your dedication, brother. That's what's up. Consistency, that's what's up. So yeah, the astrology. All right. So, and I have my notes because I respect your time. So the astrology, right? So it is a fourth quarter waning moon in Cancer. Let's see, quincunx Saturn. That moon, everything is going through the moon. I only look at the moon, right? If you want to look at other stuff, there's plenty of astrologers and readers out there to do everything else. I'm only focusing on the moon, right? At this time. So, the moon is quincunx. It quincunx Saturn this afternoon it quincunx Saturn, which is in Aquarius, at 2:56 p.m. And I will be defining and getting to all of that. It trine Neptune, or will trine Neptune today at 4:58 p.m. It goes void of course tomorrow at 8:54 p.m. and then goes into, wait a minute, void of course 8:54. Give me just a second because that does not look right. Okay, I was right. It goes void of course tonight at 8:54 p.m. All right, after conjuncting Pluto. And it goes into Leo tomorrow at 2:36 a.m. And there will be a new moon in Leo at 1:55 p.m. All right. And Jupiter goes retrograde to, oh yeah, heads up. Jupiter this is just a side note, right? In case you want to look into it, because I'm not going to go any further than this on this topic. Jupiter goes retrograde tomorrow, July 28th at 4:37 p.m. So I suggest you look at what sign rules your 9th house and your 12th house, right? The planets that rule those houses and what they're doing right now, right? Where they are in your chart. Actually, I'm not going to see how I can just keep going. But no, just keep it simple and just look at where Jupiter, where's Aries in your chart, because it's going retrograde in Aries, right? So what house is Aries in your chart? And just go from there if you know anything else, but you can just start from right there. So the theme of this passage, or this transit, excuse me, is duty calls. All right, duty calls. Let's go in. All right, so it is a fourth quarter waning moon in Cancer. What is the moon? The moon is mind, emotions, reflection, home, privacy, nurturing, needs, security, women, mother's milk, nationality, mother's land. Fourth house rules the sign of Cancer, rapid changes, especially emotional. What is Cancer? See the description of moon, because planets rule signs. Signs do not rule planets. All right. Planets, the balance, right? Okay. So I say planets rule signs because some planets are double bodied. I think that's how they refer to it, but they rule 2 signs, like Mercury, right? So Mercury rules Gemini and Virgo. Virgo does not rule Mercury, because if it rules Mercury, Gemini cannot rule Mercury because there can only be one ruler, right? So the planets rule the signs do not rule the planets. But there must be balance. The planets are manifestations of the qualities of those signs. There we go. All right. So they are like one and the same. But in this aspect, right, since we're dealing with the mundane, right, the planets rule the sign. So the moon domiciles in Cancer. That's the sign it rules, right? Its detriment is directly across in Capricorn, right? It's exalted or it is best in Taurus, and it falls or is it is like worse, depending on how you look at that, directly across in Scorpio. All right, so the fourth quarter waning moon in Cancer. All right, fourth quarter moon. It's about reorientation, transition, and completion, taking closing action to follow up and complete the activities begun in a new phase. You're clearing the board to begin a new phase with the new moon. All right, and I decided to today let's introduce some new definitions, because this calendar that I use to read the actual aspects of the planet, so I can track of what my chart over here, make sure that's accurate and up to date. It's like a book at the back of it, right? So it's not. It looks like a book to me. It can be used as a book. I'm using it as a reference. All right, so I'm gonna be reading from that as well. So a quarter moon, according to the Llewellyn 2022 astrological calendar, is a fourth quarter moon, means half full to a new moon, right? It's half full to new. The fourth quarter is best for cultivating, pulling. Oh, this is the agricultural part, but you can use this and apply it generally to whatever, like business or any activity, right? So the fourth quarter moon is best for cultivating, pulling weeds, and destroying pests of all kinds. It's also good for turning soil, especially when the moon is in one of the barren signs, which is not at this point. The moon in Cancer, according to the same calendar, is very fruitful, moist, and feminine. Use this productive sign for planting and irrigation. All right. So since turning soil, right? And also, if you refer to the almanac, this is a good time. Like if they're saying, okay, it's a fruitful moon, but you're going to be turning soil, so you might want to plant something that's going to be underground, right? Like potatoes or carrots, or something that's going to take a while to grow, like asparagus. I think it takes that mug got to sit there for 2 years before you can start picking spears off of it, right? Okay, so a fourth quarter moon, another definition of a moon in Cancer. The restlessness of the Gemini moon gives way to an instinctive need for peace and quiet. A feeling of belonging and safety is what motivates us under this influence. The moon feels right at home in the sign of Cancer. Oh, wow. As it rules this sign, it feels right at home. I bet somebody else feeling right at home right now, right? The moon's position has much healing potential. Although insular by nature, our feelings run deep, making it an ideal time to get in touch with what motivates us. The moon in Cancer generally favors the following activities: domestic activities, those that involve awareness of personal needs, home decor, and family get-togethers. And that is from cafeastrology.com, when the moon is in .html. All right, so this moon is currently, as I said before, it's quincunxing. This moon is in Cancer, its home sign. It's quincunxing Saturn in Aquarius. Just let me go down the list. Quincunxing Saturn in Aquarius, trining Neptune in Pisces, and is going void, of course, tomorrow. All right. So backing up. All right. So a quincunx to Saturn. All right. What is a quincunx? A quincunx is 150-degree angle. All right. That's the name of the angle, right? Like a right angle is a square, right? So this angle is quincunx, is 150 degrees. This aspect joins two signs that don't share a quality, element, or gender, and it's very difficult for them to communicate with each other. It's as if two strangers who don't speak each other's language are trying to tell each other a story in a noisy room. It's frustrating. For that reason, this aspect has always been considered to require an adjustment in a way the two planets are used. Planets in quincunx can often feel pushed, forced, or obligated to perform. Hello. It could be positive, right? Some people, oh, it sounds like pressure. It could be positive. It made me get up on here and keep my word to myself, right? My promise to myself. All right. They seem to correspond to health issues. And my nose is a little stopped up right now. Trying to get through it so I don't have to go do nothing about it. All right. So the moon quincunx Saturn. This is not dependent on sign. It indicates a need to examine repressed emotions. And this is probably doubly so because the moon is in his home sign of Cancer, right? So the moon is trining or will be trining Neptune in Pisces. The moon in Cancer will be trining Neptune in Pisces at 4:58 p.m. All right. A trine is the name of this degree. It's 120 degrees. It's a trine, like a triangle, right? Trines are usually formed between planets of the same element, so they understand each other. They show an ease of communication not found in any other aspects, and they're traditionally thought of as favorable. Of course, there is a downside to trines. Yeah, I know this one because I got a ton of trines in my chart. Planets in this relationship are so comfortable that they can often get lazy and spoiled. Sometimes they get so well, this part isn't true. Sometimes they get so comfy that they're boring. But yeah, planets and trines show urges or needs that automatically support each other. The catch is that you got to get them moving. That's like my biggest thing. It's like I can do so much once I get started, right? It comes easily once you get started. So find the trines in your chart, right? And you can bring up any chart and just they usually have an aspect filter, and you can say just bring up the let me see the trines, right? And you can see all the places where stuff will fall into your lap that you're taking for granted because it's just that's so easy, right? Yeah. So when the moon trines Neptune, it means you are idealistic, romantic, and friendly. Aw. So yeah, it's a friendly day. I've been having a good day. I hope you all have. Praise Allah. So let's see. Void of course. The moon goes void of course tonight at 8:54 p.m. All right. And that is after conjuncting Pluto. Do I have it up there? It conjuncts Pluto at 8:54 p.m. and then it doesn't make any aspects until it goes into Leo tomorrow morning. All right. Okay, so a conjunction. The definition of a conjunction is 0 to 8 degrees. And I actually use tighter ones than that, depending on what I'm looking at. All right. When someone tells you that two things are operating in conjunction, it means they're operating together. This holds true with planets as well. Two or more planets conjoined are a team. Some planets pair up more easily than others. Venus and the moon, for example, since both are feminine and receptive, or the sun and Mars, since both are feisty by nature. Planets in conjunction usually share a house in your chart. All right. So when the moon is conjunct Pluto, if you subscribe to the outer planets, I should have mentioned that. All right. When the moon is conjunct Pluto, it means it indicates involvement with others in quiet conversations. Like, yeah, that sounds good. So void of course, the moon goes void of course tonight at 8:54 p.m. So what does void of course mean? It says question, just a second, on YouTube says question if you have time, isn't there still one more still kidnapped? Jamil, yeah, I think they had him on a psych evaluation. And yeah, that was the last I heard of it. But yeah, great question. Yeah, Allah willing, Jamal will be speaking soon, but of course, he needs time to catch up because he hasn't seen his wife or his child in over a year. So, we don't see him for a few days. You know why? So, yeah, but yeah, thanks for the question. But that was the last I heard about Jamil. I think he's the last one. Yeah. But boy, take a drink. Excuse me. You got to stay hydrated, right? Void of course, moon. Okay, it says the moon orbits the Earth in about 28 days. moving through each of the signs in about 2 days. As she paces through the 30 degrees of each sign, she quote unquote visits with the planets in order by forming angles or aspects with them. Because the moon moves 1 degree in just two and a half. Wait. Oh, okay. Wow. I know it moved that fast. The moon moves 1 degree in just 2 to 2.5 hours. Her influence on each planet lasts only a few hours, which is why I like following the moon, because stuff can change in an instant, right? Just gotta see where the moon is and what aspects it's making, right? As she approaches the late degrees of the sign she's passing through, she eventually forms what will be her final aspect to other planets before leaving that sign. And if there's no other planet, she's void of course. Okay. Oh, now I guess that's what I'm reading. Anyway, focus from this point until she actually enters the new sign, she is referred to as being void of course, or V/C, if you see it written on the chart. The moon rules the emotional tone of the day, carrying feelings that are particular to the sign she's so-called wearing at the moment. She rules instincts. After she has contacted each of the planets, she symbolically rests before changing her costume, so her instincts are temporarily on hold. It's during this time that many people feel fuzzy or vague, scattered even. Yep. Plans or decisions we make now usually do not pan out. Without the instinctual quote unquote knowing the moon provides as she touches each planet, we tend to be unrealistic or exercise poor judgment. The traditional definition of the void of course moon is that, quote, nothing will come of this. And it seems true. It seems to be true. Actions initiated under a void of course moon are often wasted, irrelevant, or incorrect, usually because information needed to make a sound decision is hidden or missing or has been overlooked. Although a moon void is not a good time to initiate plans, routine tasks seem to go along just fine. However, this period is really ideal for what the moon does best: reflection. Okay. It is at this time that we can assimilate what has occurred over the past few days. Use this time to meditate, ponder, and imagine. Let your conscious mind rest and allow yourself to feel. On the lighter side, remember that there are other good uses for the void of course moon. This is the time period when the universe seems to be most open to loopholes. It's a great time to make plans you don't want to fulfill or schedule things you don't want to do. In other words, like the song goes, to everything there is a season, even void of course moons. All right. So that's void of course moons. All right. I would suggest looking more into that, because it's another way, another means to an end, right? So if you want to get rid of pests or something, or finish something up. All right. So tomorrow, the moon goes into Leo at 2:36 a.m. And then there is a new moon when the moon actually catches up to the sun and makes a conjunction at 1:55 p.m. All right. Okay. That's a new moon. And I call this little sharing. Let's not forget him, Islam, Brother Jamil. Oh, definitely not. Yeah, I'm gonna see what I can do with that. But yeah. I call this thing for this sharing Call of Duty, or Duty Calls, because it's right now there's a meeting of soul and emotion, right? Because the sun is in Leo, its home. Sun only rules one side, Leo. The moon right now is in Cancer, its sign. The moon only rules one sign, Cancer. So both of these signs are in their home, which is so great that this happened. It's amazing how there are no happenings. How Jamal got out today. So if Jaleesa is the moon, right? Cancer. That's what the moon is right now. And Leo is the gain of the moon because it's second from the moon, right? If the moon is the first house, Leo will be the second house. So the sun today is in Leo. I should look at the degrees and see what was going on with that. But yeah, so today the moon gained her sun, right? Not her son, S-O-N, her son. Like our symbol is the crescent and the moon. I'm not sure if most people know what that means. It's the moon. You can see the moon. You can see the star. And the shadow that makes the crescent is the missing sun. She got her son today. Praise Allah, right? So both of them are building up to the time of year where you're supposed to be like really going, full bar into your mission, your soul's mission, because that's what the sun soul rules, right? So the sun is at home, the moon is at home. This would be a great night to think about, like, okay, now I guess it's kind of like another new year. It's like a jump start to the new year, right? If you want to think about it, you can restart resolutions or set new ones if you already completed them, right? But yeah, just because of where the sun and the moon are right now, is because this is an opportune time to rise to meet your destiny, right? Again, it connects to leveling up to your soul's mission. All right. And I've been on here for like 30 minutes, I think. I wanted to go into why I don't look at other aspects. I might save that till next time, because this is a good place to start, right? I have a feeling, and considering where the moon is, I'm going to respect this feeling that this is a great place to stop. So Islam, thank you to everybody. Islam to Sarush, Islam to Rise of the Moors. Why are you here? Go home, go celebrate, go be with each other, right? Islam. But I'm out, and let's celebrate because Jamal is home. Got one more apparently. I'm gonna find out what's going on with him, and I'll be sure to update that. I'm gonna do my best to be able to update y'all on that the next time I'm on here in 2 and a third days. All right. And with that, peace, you Moors, and I will catch y'all next time. Islam. All right.